Hey everybody. Well, if you watched the last video, you know that we just tried to start the 97 Escort ZX2 and failed. So here's what we found out. Weren't getting any fuel to the fuel rail. The battery was really low despite being charged for 6 hours on my friend's charger. So I wanted to go through the fuses and relays and see if we've got anything related to the fuel system that was blowing her out. So let me show you what we found. On these 97s, 98s, and 99s, there are 3 fuses that have anything to do with the fuel system. The first is right here. That's a 20 amp fuse for the fuel pump, and pulled that 20 amper and it seemed fine. We've got a 30 amp fuse that's for the fuel injection, and I know it's a fuse, but it looks like a relay, but that's actually not the one that was in the car 45 minutes ago. I actually went and pulled the relay or fuse or whatever that is out of my 99 because that has a functional fuel system. So we pulled it out and put it in there to get that situated. This is actually the unit that was in the car that I pulled out, and you know, it's the exact same thing. It looks good, but I knew the 99 was functional, so I went ahead and swapped it out. Now the third fuse that has to do with the fuel system is on the driver's side under the dash, and it's not in that fuse block. There's another smaller fuse block, and I don't know if the camera's gonna pick this up, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, right there. Let me see. Right there's another fuse block just above the big fuse block on the driver's side, and let me show you the cover that goes to it. This is the cover, and it sits in there just like that. This space right here is an empty one. There's no fuse in there, and this is a 10 amp fuse that goes to the fuel injection, and I pulled that and checked it. Everything looks good. So we're still not getting any fuel to the fuel injection system. So what I decided to do is just try some starting fluid, some ether, and that way we'll be able to see whether or not the engine's going to do anything just on ether. So I went into town, had to go all over the place, and I got this. $4.49. It's the only damn place in town I was able to find starting fluid, and they gouged me for it, but that's the way it is in the business world. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our starting fluid here. The battery was so low, despite the attempt to charge last night, put my new Christmas present to use. New jumper cables going straight to my truck. Go ahead and put my new present to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this hose off right there, and I'm going to spray some starting fluid right in here, which is going to go into this air tube, which goes right down into the throttle body, and we'll see if it's going to do anything on ether. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we just sprayed a little bit of our starting fluid in the hose, and I've got the hose back on there. I didn't put the clamp back on. I didn't tie it in. I just want it, you know, on there to reduce the vacuum loss. So now it's time to get in the car, and we're going to see what's going to happen here. Got the truck charging the battery. We should have plenty of crankage going on here. Alright, we got beepage. Alright, so let's see what's going to happen. Well, it doesn't seem to be wanting to fire. Hold the accelerator for, see if that makes any difference. It shouldn't, it's fuel injected. Okay, it's not even trying to start. So you know, I'll be honest with you, the way the engine is cranking kind of makes me think we may have a compression issue, something going on internally. I'm not sure. So it's not attempting to do anything on ether, and if the engine was in any kind of condition at all, if we were getting any kind of spark to the ignition system, it was timed and had compression, it should have attempted to do something on ether. So that's where we're at right now. I don't have a compression gauge on me at the moment. It's actually at my friend's house. I mean, no sense in burning any liquid gold there. So we're not going to make it any, not going to make any progress at this point. So we need to get the compression gauge back and do a compression test on it, and go get my checker for the ignition system and see if we're getting any spark to the ignition system. So that's where we're at right now. We'll bring you more videos, more updates as we make more progress. Thanks for watching. Comments always welcome.